Good morning. So I'm sitting on a beach in Santa Barbara that I used to go to when I was growing up, that I really like, and it's a treat to get to visit here. And I am going to post something that I actually made for personal use, but I like it so much that I'm going to go ahead and post it and see if people like it. So it's me reading sections of the first chapter of Marcus Aurelius Meditations. In that first chapter, he lists off the key people that influenced his development and their personality traits. And I've just always really appreciated it. I think it's really cool, really interesting, really inspiring to hear about these skillful, quality folks and their personality traits, and that he paid so much attention and got so much from them and internalized a lot of that to help, kind of like a compass for him as far as the person he wanted to be in his life. And I find it especially important now when we're so influenced by, encouraged to be distracted, to want to get more stuff, to want to get more likes, everything else, which, it's all fine. I'm into that stuff, whatever. But there's something deeper, something more valuable about just how what we can cultivate within ourselves and how we can interact with each other in the world. So what I've done here is I've read some excerpts, I've interspersed them with some guitar pieces. I just, play a little bit here and there between words. And it's really meditative. I also kind of paid attention to my voice and the cadence. So it's something that I was looking for and couldn't find, so I made it myself. And it's really meant to be calming and inspiring. So I put some video on it, which is secondary. It's something that I like to just put on the earbuds and listen to when I'm washing dishes or chilling or laying down or whatever. So I hope you enjoy it and hope you have a great day.
In the opening pages of Meditations, Marcus Aurelius mentions people who had a strong influence on his development. He notes, "My tutor encouraged me not to be afraid of work, to be sparing in my wants, attend to my own needs, mind my own business, and never listen to gossip." From Diognetus, I learned not to be absorbed in trivial pursuits, to be skeptical of wizards and wonder workers with their tales of spells, exorcisms, and the like. Apollonius impressed on me the need to make decisions for myself instead of depending on the hazards of chance, and never for a moment to leave reason out of sight. He also schooled me to meet spasms of acute pain, the loss of my son, and the tedium of a chronic ailment with the same unaltered composure. He himself was a living proof that the fieriest energy is not incompatible with the ability to relax. My debts to Sextus include kindliness, the real meaning of the natural life, an unself-conscious dignity, an intuitive concern for the interests of one's friends, and a good-natured patience with amateurs and visionaries. His manner, too, of determining and systematizing the essential rules of life was as comprehensive as it was methodical. He was at once entirely imperturbable and yet full of kindly affection. Alexander the Platonist cautioned me against frequent use of the words "I am too busy" in speech or correspondence, except in cases of real necessity. Catullus the Stoic counseled me never to make light of a friend's rebuke, even when unreasonable, but to do my best to restore myself to his good graces, to speak up readily in commendation of my instructors, and to cultivate genuine affection for my children. Maximus was my model for self-control, fixity of purpose, and cheerfulness under ill health or other misfortunes. His character was an admirable combination of dignity and charm, and all the duties of his station were performed quietly and without fuss. He spoke as he believed, acted as he judged right. He was never hasty. He indulged neither in despondency nor forced gaiety. Kindliness, sympathy, and sincerity all contributed to give the impression of a rectitude that was innate rather than inculcated. Nobody was ever made by him to feel inferior, yet none could have presumed to challenge his preeminence. He was also the possessor of an agreeable sense of humor. The qualities I admired in my stepfather, Antoninus Pius, were his lenience, his firm refusal to be diverted from any decision he had deliberately reached, his complete indifference to meretricious honors, his industry, perseverance, and willingness to listen to any project for the common good. He had an expert's sense of when to tighten the reins and when to relax them. His friendships were enduring. They were not capricious and they were not extravagant. He was always equal to an occasion, cheerful yet long-sighted. He had an ever-watchful eye to the needs of the empire, prudently conserving its resources and putting up with the criticisms that resulted. Before his gods, he was not superstitious. Before his fellow men, he never stooped to bid for popularity or woo the masses, but pursued his own calm and steady way, disdaining anything that savored of the flashy or newfangled. He accepted without either complacency or compunction such material comforts as fortune had put at his disposal. When they were to hand, he would avail himself to them frankly, but when they were not, he had no regrets. All men recognized in him a mature and finished personality that was impervious to flattery. The care he took of his body was reasonable. There was no solicitous anxiety to prolong its existence or to embellish its appearance, yet he was far from unmindful of it. He would never go out of his way to court public recognition. He disliked restlessness and change, and had a rooted preference for the same places and the same pursuits. After one of his acute spasms of migraine, he would lose no time in taking up his normal duties again with new vigor and complete command of his powers. He was quite uncritical of the food he ate, of the cut and color of the garments he wore, or of the personableness of those around him. Discourtesy was as foreign to his nature as harshness or bluster. It was his habit to analyze and weigh every incident, taking his time about it calmly, methodically, decisively, and consistently. He had the ability to allow or deny himself indulgences which most people are as much incapacitated by their weakness from refusing as by their excesses from appreciating. To be thus strong enough to refrain or consent at will argues a consummate and indomitable soul. At the end of this first section, Marcus expresses deep gratitude to people, the gods, and destiny for the life that he has lived and the many influences that helped him to be the person that he was.